welcome to the channel for the last game of the Bellum Lacum. We are facing the team Dream of Jambon. Basically, we have 3 ETC Switzerland or former ETC Switzerland players, and also another teammate, which was the guy I was playing Orc and Goblin with a beautiful army. I think he won Best Painted in this tournament, if I'm not mistaken. This was my list, you know it already, and this was my opponent's list. Basically playing 3 cavalry boss, 2 fighty general and BSB that's going to go into the big boss of veteran Orc Marauders. We have 2 Wyvern Shaman, Pyro Shamanism, 2 Splatter, a Giant, and 10 Gnasher Dasher as chaff. And also I forgot to mention the big block of 30 veteran Orc in core. We were playing Spoil of War with Spearhead. I think it's called Spearhead. I think I won the roll for side and I picked bottom left as the Vanguard, and he had top right, and then he elected to drop everything for first turn basically. I will explain why I made this choice. I got Unleash the Big Gun. I needed to reach both the field and the ruin at the end of the game with a shooting unit or my most expensive scoring unit. And then spell section always the same for me, and on the right you see he needed to kill either my Titan or my Marcadim Incarnate to get his secondary objective. Yeah, it's an aggressive Orc and Goblin list. He can potentially rush me, but I felt I have some good tool to deal with him. I wasn't too afraid of the matchup. I think I rated it slightly positive, if I'm not mistaken. I think the key here early on is to slow down his aggression and then organize the counter push and be more aggressive and pushing and trying to get some points. But early on I need to minimize his aggression and do I think the typical ID game plan, which is you need to reduce the numbers of the opponent before being able to really engage and win those combat against fatigued opponent, we could say. And yeah, I also wanted to minimize the impact of his catapult, obviously. Deployment wise, so he dropped everything for first turn. He plays cavalry in the back, the big cavalry bus here, another cavalry here. We have Wyvern, block of Feral, catapult, and the Gnasher on the left together with the Giant, basically. My deployment, I went with a solo Titan on the right to basically be annoying. You know that when somebody is going to attack you, the easiest way to do it for him is to know that there's nothing to care about on the other side of the map. And the best thing to do as a defender is to propose something on the other part of the map to force him to attack on multiple fronts, or to attack somewhere and defend elsewhere. So that's definitely the plan that I did. I went with Incarnate on the left. You see after the Vanguard, Enforcer, Citadel, Immortal, Citadel, Rocket Battery, the 2 Nafta in the water, and the Lamassu all the way in the back. He couldn't shoot with Catapult on the Lamassu all game long because I use a spot out of range or out of line of sight, and turn 1 he could only shoot with 1 Catapult at the Titan, and the other Catapult couldn't see the Incarnate on the left. So I tried to minimize what he could do with his Catapult. Let's move on to his turn 1. He pushed towards me, but as you can see, he has long part of the map to reach, so he need to push really hard to reach me. Magic Phase get Predator Instinct on the cavalry in the middle of the map, which I let go, and I dispel Swarm of Insects. Catapult did nothing this turn. My turn 1, I push forward. I get a Rocket Battery in range of 18 of the Giant. I want to punish that as soon as possible. I get my Incarnate in charge range. He can charge my Enforcer. I'm ready to flee and rally over here if he did so, and maybe I will get some opportunities with Enforcer later, but I wanted to play a bit aggressively to tempt him to charge me. Maybe I can counter charge with Incarnate and try to get an advantage here on the left. Right side, I push the Titan on his flank to basically force this cavalry to turn around, or he could have potentially trouble because it's not the 2 Wyvern that's going to stop the Cadim Titan. In the Magic Phase, in my Magic Phase, I fail Flaming Sword on 2 dice, but I get +1 to hit on the gunnery, meaning I hit the Giant on 2+, and I wound him on 3+. He has no armor save, and this meant 6 wounds on the Giant, so he's already half dead, we could say, or 3/4 dead. His turn 2, he back with the Giant, tempt the charge with the cavalry, I flee, and he failed charge, and the Giant is just here ready to counter charge in case I come with Incarnate. So that would be too dangerous for me. A Giant that would strike same time with so many attack, plus the Gnasher Dasher is a bit too dangerous for Incarnate. He push a bit with the block that are in range of both Nafta, so I'm looking forward to that. And a bit forward with the cavalry, and the other cavalry turns around to see the Titan, so goal achieved, we could say. Magic Phase, Swarm of Insect did a wound to the Titan. He killed 4 Immortal with the catapult and get also +1 strength on the cavalry. My turn 2. I didn't charge due to what I explained before, so I went with rocket battery within 18 here, rocket battery 18 here, on the cavalry, and I get double naphtha thrower onto his block in the center. So that's going to be interesting. Titan push a bit more to the side. Happy to keep here the standoff with a multiple unit. In the magic phase, I get ward save on the Immortal that suffer a bit of wound. Naphtha thrower, unfortunately, I rolled a 1, and the second one managed to kill 12 ferals, so that was way better. I kill, I think, 1 cavalry in the center and another 2 on the left with the rocket batteries. And that was the point where he made his cold captain, and his captain told him, go away. So he turned around with pretty much everything and just went away, because my list has the problem of not being able to project very far and to charge very far away. I'm very solid, hard to break, but that's an issue for me. To run after him is going to be complicated. So I start to push. I spare you the detail of the magic phase and the little shooting because I cannot shoot that far, but I push hard on the left. I try to hide my Titan, but unfortunately he's going to double hit me with the catapult on a 3+3+. I failed the ward save and he did 4 wounds, and then he just finished me with a swarm of insect before I'm able to hide. And now he turned around the cavalry. Here I had a nice opportunity, charge on a 6, which is for the primary objective. He elected to flee, which I think is a smart decision. Went off the board. I think the right decision, because if I make it, it's going to lose the game. And yeah, then I just push forward, he go away. I'm able to charge on my 5 into the catapult. I thought about a sneaky plan was to potentially leave this charge for turn 6 to get secondary, but I felt he could just move out of the hill and that would make sense. So I couldn't really avoid that. So I felt let's charge it and try to get some more opportunities with Incarnate, which I didn't had. He was able to move out of line of sight, out of charge range, so far away from me. So I wasn't able to catch him with Incarnate. So I could have tried that, to be honest. Would have been sneaky, but I could have won the primary on that. Anyway, yeah, lackluster game. Nothing crazy happened. I wasn't able, as you can see, I depleted his cavalry and make some wound, but I wasn't able to get full point here. And it ended up being, as expected, a 10-10. We both made the primary because I lost the Titan, which was his, and I was able to get into my train to get my secondary objective. So yeah, I think that makes sense. First round, stopping his rush potential. I couldn't catch him when he turned around. And I think my mistake was to go too much outside with the Titan. I think the Titan could have started hidden and wait until going out, because it's 3 point here. It's secondary plus 2 point from the Titan. So yeah, still matters a lot. I'm not sure it was needed to go outside that soon. Still, the cavalry, if you look at the map, I mean, the cavalry started here, so it's a long way to reach, go to the ruin. I think he would have never reached my battle line with this cavalry. It's multiple march turn, and then he cannot really charge after suffering DTs and so on. So I don't believe it would have made a huge difference. I think the good spot would have been for the Titan to start the game here, look this direction, and then see what happens if I need to go out on each side or not, which means he would have tried to hunt me maybe with the cavalry, but it's not that easy, because if I turn around and fight him, I'm not sure that he escaped alive from that. So yeah, I think that would have been a wiser choice. Anyway, all of that didn't matter much because my teammate were able to get a huge win, 20 and 18, and then Gaspacho also won it, 13, so we're able to get a cap basically without my game. So that was more than enough for us. We ended up on a good note. It was a bit frustrating for me for the game and the battle report because not that interesting, but it also shows a bit of a weakness on my list regarding the dynamism and the ability to push forward basically. Anyway guys, thanks for watching the battle report, and I will talk to you soon for the conclusion video where I will talk a bit more about the list and so on and the result of the tournament. Goodbye.